This episode of the Hunting Down Adventure YouTube channel. Today, what are we doing, Dad?
Going on a hike.
Yeah, buddy, for 3 days. Let's get to it. We just hiked up all that. If the phone will pick up how steep it is. Yeah, it does. What do you think, Dad? On top of the mountain now. Giant hemlock tree. No, beechwood tree. Big old thing. Right now, we're walking on a mountain ridge top. There is no trail where we're going. Oh, I got it. Crazy stuff. I've sat down a minute, and you can see how steep it is, kind of. But over there was where we were when we was walking that ridge, and we walked all the way down that creek and all the way back up here. And we started way down that way, in that direction. Been a long ways. Ground's like that. That's what we just came out of. And we've made it on this neighboring ridge. And that's where we're keep going. Oh, yeah. Look, he's over there. Flapping. I'm going in.
He just popped up some quail.
There it goes. I have never seen one. Right there. Flapping its wings. Here's our camp we decided on. Only thing clear enough to do anything. And here's what we got rigged up back here. 1 tarp over 2 hammocks. And that's what we're gonna try out today. Ain't that right, Dad?
That's right, Will.
Tonight is this Chili Mac freeze-dried stuff. So it serves 8 people and 1 serving's a cup. So I'm just gonna scoop me out probably about 2 scoops. That ought to do me. This food, Dad. How does it look though?
Yum.
My water's just starting to boil.
Oh, wow.
Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
Coyotes. Well, it's morning time. It's 6:23. It was a cold night, this time I packed this under quilt and put it under me, and I was still cold under there. It did nothing. So I just brought it in here and covered up with it, and then I got a wool blanket I'm laying on top of and a wool coat on, and I was still cold. How was you last night, Dad?
Snug as a bug.
So here we are, day 2 of this camping adventure. Our camp here is all cleaned up, and we're headed to our next camping site. Where that is, I don't know. Just see where we end up at. All right.
Leave no trace.
Got us a bank here.
It's really hard to tell how steep it is.
I can tell from up here. Gonna try and get down this hill. Oh, there's that briar in my butt.
This is a western North Carolina laurel thicket. Some people call them rhododendrons as well. See the top of the mountain here. Flowers blooming. There's Mount Goat Dad here.
Yeah. Oh, that's where the creek comes out of. Look. Well, I got that on camera. Made it out of that ditch creek up there. And now we're transversing through this bigger creek. And on up here is a big old waterfall. And that's gonna be our next stop. A big old rock cliff up there. And we're still making our way through this now. So, this is not the waterfall we meant. We have accidentally discovered another massive waterfall. Straight off. Straight off. There's this waterfall we didn't even know existed. Kind of beautiful, ain't it? So we have officially discovered 2 waterfalls. This one being covered in deadfall and stuff, because look at the bank there. Fell right down. Alright, here we are. We have discovered another waterfall.
And that's what killed Quigley.
Yeah, there went a tree. We are now at waterfall number 4 that we did not know existed. And so we're going to keep on walking until we find the one we're looking for.
Yeah, it's really hard to tell, but that's at least 60-foot drop.
So don't fall off of it. So one of the major landmarks was the fork in the creek. And we just hit it, which means the waterfalls, the one we've been waiting on, is right down there. Here's the falls we were talking about. Haven't been up here in 2 years, but there's these awesome little pools up here to swim in. And then right there is where the falls start. Tip of the day from my dad here. See these rocks here that look rusty? That means they're extremely slippery. Do not step on them unless you want to fall. It ain't the steepest one, but it is the biggest one. Here we are on top of this waterfall, and I made me some homemade chicken and dumplings. Yeah, they look pretty good. Oh, never mind, that way. So we had a good lunch here at the big old waterfall. And now we're gonna head to, where should we head, Dad?
Down the creek.
All right, here we are at the base of it. And you can see it's tall, but it's not as steep as all the other ones. You can see a big flood came through here a couple years ago and knocked some logs down and made all this brush. But probably one of the coolest things is over here on the back side of this log. Is the size of them mushrooms. Whole goal of walking in a creek is not to get your socks wet. Over here in Fern Hill. And as we emerge from the woods here, we have made one ginormous circle. And right there is where we had our intro. We have hiked up on that ridge, down in that valley, up again on top of that ridge, walked down that valley, and followed this creek all the way down to find all them waterfalls. Here we are.
Hello, people.
Give me a thumbs up.
I'm glad you got to see me.
Here we are camping. Got us a couple guns to shoot. This one's here's a Colt Commander in 9mm. Here we have got a Smith & Wesson Model 41 that I pieced together from just the barrel and the handle grips. We're going to shoot it. Here we have got our 357 we replaced the hammer on, and we're going to be shooting it as well. Double action. That sucker's fun to shoot. What we have here is a Ruger single 6 3-screw made in 1963. And we have a 22 Magnum cylinder in it. Click. So here we have a Henry survival rifle. That is a jam. So here's our round that stuck in there. thought it was fired. Nope. Must have been a bad round. Cooking food. What you cooking there, Dad?
Oh, I got some deer tenderloin here. I got some cheater biscuits over here in this pan and some peppers and onions in that mess pan right there. Yeah,
So here we've got some deer tenderloin. Under here, we've got my grandma's biscuits she made me. And Dad's got his peppers and onions and his tenderloin. Hi. Right at the bullseye. Way over. Now you see why I carry that. It's fun.
I know.
So here we've got my dad's Walther P22. So this time I'm not shooting my guns, I'm shooting somebody else's. Let's give it a shot. Well, we got done shooting and it started to rain just like it was scheduled to. See it splashing up in the creek over there. Here's our shelter for the night. Got my tarp on one side, Dad's got his on the other. And we're just gonna have to hunker down in it right now since it's raining. And, hopefully it'll maybe clear up in the morning. If not, we're just in for a nice night of rain, because it is supposed to rain on that.
So it's getting dark outside. I got me a little snack. So Dad here, middle of the night, under the tarp. Woke up, there's some water on my sleeping bag, quite a big puddle here. My tarp's leaking. We'll make sure to put in the comments below what kind of tarp not to buy.
What do you think we should do, Dad? Should we go home early, or you want to wait this out in this freezing temperatures?
I feel like we're going to ride it out. Well, both tarps are leaking now. My tarp's dripping water. Will's tarp's dripping water. What do we do? Look at this. Whoop. There it is, right there, folks. There. Hey, Will.
Yeah.
Cold.
It is. We're cold and wet now. Cold and wet.
Hey, this video is brought to you by Garmin.
In
SOS emergency in reach. Real important if you're spending time in the backwoods, and especially if you have family members to keep track of it. We're really not sponsored by Garmin, but we want to be. So come on, Garmin, hook us up.
All right, y'all can't see me, but we have ran into a predicament here. See if I can grab my old light here. Okay, if you can see up here, this is running down and it is seeping down through here, and up here at the seam of my tarp, it's running through, and down there on the end, right there where I'm tied off to the tree, it's running down my guideline up here and dripping on me. Now, thank goodnessly, one of my blankets is a poncho, so I would be dry, but my old counterpart Dad over here,
What's it raining here?
is having too much fun getting wet. So
The sleeping bag's soaked.
So it is with a heavy heart that we're gonna have to call this, and we're gonna have to go home. But the good news is, we're gonna come back and we're gonna try this again. Ain't that right?
That's right.
Cause
we're gonna buy a better tarp.
yeah, these are the old $10 Amazon special. One last look at the old campsite here. Creek's down there, that's where we're set up. It was a great idea we got the car down in here. It was a little bit of a bushwhacking adventure. Headed out of here. Sad death. Yeah, I'm sure gonna miss getting soaking wet and being cold. We need to invest in us some nicer tarps, ain't that right?
Yep. Go buy me a $15 one from Walmart. Hey guys, here's the dad tip of the day. I don't know if you can hear me because I'm on the creek, but here in North Carolina where we live in the mountains, on the creeks, way up in here, there's a little plant called yellow root. Pull it up. Oh man,